Hello, 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 everyone. We are recording. Welcome back to Chase GovCon. It's been a minute, so welcome. I'm Shakara, and I am here with Tiffany. And we're going to do what we usually do. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. And those of you who are not, welcome back. Okay. So, we are here just going over our week in our GovCon career, and we're going to reflect on some of the things that happened, and we're going to end with our goals for the following week per usual. So Tiffany, you want to start off with what's been going on the last couple of weeks, because I think we may have missed a week.
Yeah. There's been Tiffany. Um my
Tell them what your
my
business is.
yeah, so my main company is I provide accounting, bookkeeping, tax, business consultations, all that good stuff. I'm heading into um the government contract industry, um, as wanting to be a prime, and going ahead and connecting businesses with either a service that I offer, in order for us to partner together. So I'm like the middleman, but a lot of the contracts that I'm chasing after are things that I can do myself. So this has been, last week I was on a high, and this week I'm on a low. I'm on a low. And
What do you mean?
it's expected, right? I feel I feel stressed out and underworked, or underpaid. That's the term. Stressed out and underpaid. And I'm just grateful that Shakara had the opposite. Has the opposite going on. Um, and I know that, you know, we need that within any industry that we're in. We need someone who's doing, um, because you're going to have ups and downs, right? You're going to have those things, but just making sure that you are around other people who understand the struggle. And when you're feeling like, all right, forget this, there's someone else like, yo, I'm doing it out here. This is, things are going good. And it keeps you motivated. Like, this is just another hurdle. So that's the kind of week that I'm having. Just ups and downs. Um, uh, if I'm going to be specific with it, I have a bid that I haven't I haven't completed I haven't completed yet, and I really wanted to get it done today because it has to be mailed. So I'm trying to get it done today, and I don't like these numbers. Every time I do research and I look at the numbers, they're telling me they're telling me numbers that I can't make a profit off of, right? And I'm gonna actually be doing some of the work. So
So I'm pretty sure people are interested in what you're talking about. So what is this bid you're talking about? Not the very specifics, but what is your, like, what's the setup of it?
okay, so basically, I'm doing the transportation. Um, One of my companies is doing the transportation. And with the quote that I got for the company who's actually going to be doing the services, well, part of the services, so it's really like 50-50. Um, the company that's going to be doing part of the services, you know, they gave me industry norms, right? That's just what it is for, as far as industry norms. But industry norms, like the numbers for industry norms, and let's just give out an example. If you're going to charge me $1 to do it, but the industry norm is $1, I'm looking at contracts, and they're clearly taking the lowest bidder. Like, every contract that I've been following now, they've been actually taking the lowest bidder. Like, they don't even take the one like, here goes the lowest bidder, and then they select the bidder that's like right under the lowest bidder. Nah, mm-mm. They're taking the lowest bidder. So if they're, I seen a contract for what was it? For the TV removal, which I wanted to do that. They took the lowest bidder. Um, I just seen a contract for envelopes. This is something that I wanted to do. Providing envelopes and stamping them. They took the lowest bidder, right? So, following all these different these channels, and people who are doing this, right? They're like, oh no, they take the most reasonable, lowest, bid. But I'm just looking like maybe the company underneath it could have been had a know what they were doing. But it seemed like they're going for the lowest bidder, the lowest bidder, the lowest bidder, the lowest bidder. So why I'm saying that is because now I'm looking at my numbers and I'm like, "Ugh, if someone's going to offer $1 because they're not technically middlemaning, if they're going to offer the dollar and I'm offering $1.25, clearly they're going to go with the dollar. They don't really care about what how I can provide a better service than this person who's offering $1. They're looking at like, yo, I mean my sorry. They're looking at it as if, this person is literally going to provide the same service, but they're going to offer it for $1, and this person's offering for 125. So guess what? We're gonna go with the $1, and we're just gonna shoot our shot and hope and pray that this company that's offering $1 is gonna fulfill. And if not, then we might have to go for the other bidders. So that's kind of discouraging because that $1, I'm not gonna be able to get a profit off of that $1. Not saying that I'm not gonna shoot my shot, but I'm not gonna be able to get a profit off of it.
You you know what I would suggest
What?
is once you I don't know, once you win the bid, because we're gonna claim it.
We're gonna claim it in the name of Jesus.
Once you win the bid, then you go back to your subcontractor.
Hmm.
You go back to him and say, listen, I need your best and final price, if if I could pay you sooner, you know, or
Hmm.
try to do that.
So this would be the first contract. Um, so I would have to definitely take money out of my pocket in
Not
order to.
necessarily. Not necessarily, because if your subcontractor understands that the government pays at a net 30,
No, so he does. What I'm saying is that in any event that I'm trying to negotiate, like, will you reduce your price to 75 cents in order to come at that dollar and meet everybody else at that dollar, right? Would you go ahead and consider changing your price if I pay you sooner, right? So now he doesn't have to wait for that 30 days. He get it in the 20 days. That means if I'm going to do that, I know the government is not going to pay until 30 days after I send the invoice, right? So then that means that I would have to pay him. So technically, we're not going to get paid until 40 days, maybe 45, because I can't send it until the 10th. So that means 30 days after that is when they have to pay it. So then I would have to pay him within 20 days. So then that money is coming out of my pocket first in order to make sure that he's like, all right, well, if you pay me in 20 days, then all right, I'll give it to you at 75 cents. Um, and then I don't get paid until another 30 days later. So I would ultimately have to take it out of my pocket first. So that's what I mean.
oh, well, how I kind of try to do the workaround with me not having to come back is just let the subcontractor know that the government pays at an extended timeline, especially for the first invoice. The following invoices will be sooner, but the initial invoice is going to take longer, so about 45 days. And that's just an agreement that, they will come to. When all actuality, you telling them 45 days, but you by 30 days you'll have it in your bank account. And then that's how you can avoid that. But some people ain't gonna wait 45 days. But once they know you won the contract, because it's different when it's a manifestation. It's a hope, it's a might. But when you actually get the contract, numbers can change because they know that's guaranteed money coming. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, that definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense. just helping him understand. Uh, I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm all right now today. This week I've been emotional. Like this is this is a lot. This is a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot. Now, I know that with a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibilities comes great reward. So I'm holding on. So that's why speaking with you and just forming this community is so vital because it allows it to keep going. Like you can still do this. It's not the end of the world, even though it feels like this burden is very, very heavy. And you just want to say, forget this. Let me just focus on how I know how to make how I know how to make money. So yeah, it's just been a lot this week for sure, especially now because I want to get this contract completed. And there have been other contracts where I'm like, oh, there goes the deadline, and the deadline actually passed. So that, that hurt with over the last 2 weeks, that's something that actually been happening as well. So that really hurt. So now doing it this way and now like, okay, now the contract and the outline may be done, we might be ready to go. But now I'm looking at these numbers and they ain't no way. They ain't no way I'm getting a profit out of the situation, even though I talked to the contract officer and all that other stuff. And talking to the contract officer is always encouraging, but
Wait. Let's not skip over that because if you ask me, that is a gem in itself. Okay, so rewind. You mentioned talking to the contract officer. What made you call? Well, what made you think that you needed to talk to the contract officer?
just for additional questions, really. That's really what it's about. It's always that additional question that, or some clarity, or just to build rapport, and allow them to identify with whom they're talking to, or when they get this contract in their hand, right? They're like, oh yeah, I definitely remember. I definitely remember her. That's really why I did it. But to be honest with you, there was really not many. She couldn't answer many of my questions. She couldn't answer many of them, maybe because of the magnitude of the contract, but nothing was set in stone. And I think that a lot of us are running across those hurdles, right? We think that the contract is supposed to provide all the information, and then it doesn't. And yeah, it's frustrating
You guys know how business go. This is Friday. This is Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday because it has been a trying couple of weeks. So she's in her office, doing what she does, working. And I am currently in my bedroom. I managed to get most of my work done this morning as far as my meetings go, but today is a busy day for me. We're having a fish fry and family's coming over. So after we get off of here, I'm gonna hop and go clean and whatnot. But yeah, I just really didn't want her to speed over the fact that she reached out to the contracting officer for whatever reason, whether it's questions about the solicitation, whether it's just trying to make a memorable impression. um that took guts, for some for that took guts for sure.
But you know what? I think a lot of the contracting officers are really kind. Like I haven't, and you know, because I'm so new to it, I haven't really been in this space long enough to say that everyone is okay. But like over the past few months, I think I've been really doing this since January. Over the past few months, every contracting officer that I spoke to is great. The problems comes with the subcontractors. No, they're not that great. They're not that great. Some of them have had attitudes. Um, some of them gave me a runaround. as far as what they could do, what they can't do. Oh no, you have to contact this department or that department or this department. So the contracting officers have always been great, very open, very soft, very welcoming. Probably didn't give the information. Um, but this contract is several different facilities. So they really don't know, you know, because if the facilities don't give them the information, they don't know. They're just trying to get the information to put it out there because they see that the facilities need the services. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I just want to hear about your wins or continue to hear about your wins in order to make me like, you know what? I can keep doing this because you need that. You
Yeah.
need someone else to pour into you sometimes and vice versa so that you can keep it moving.
Yes. So over the last couple of weeks, I have been working on a tailoring contract, like sewing services on one hand, and on the other, the installation of PA systems in the schools. And those are the two I'm working on. So now the tailoring solicitation, it seemed like it would be easy enough. It seemed like it wasn't that much to it, but I'm running into problems finding a seamstress. Who would have thought? Well, who would have thought? But and then I want them to be local to the area, you know. So that was a challenge in itself. But I got out, I hit the pavement, and I went to this place. I called him up. I said, I was wondering if you can give me a quote for these services. And he said, sure. And I'm like, well, I was wondering if I could stop by to give you details of the job. Because the main thing is I was wondering if you deliver. He said, yes, he delivers. So he said, yes, stop by. So I stopped by at his shop and it was amazing. And he created all these beautiful things. And I let him know what I did and the services I needed from him and if we could partner together. And he said to me, to be honest, someone reached out to me about this exact thing, and they was I believe it was from the mayor, and I was like, oh, okay. I said, so how did they reach out to you? And he was like, they emailed me. And I said, oh, okay, you haven't met them yet? He's like, no. And then I was talking to him and his wife, and his wife came over and she was like, can you talk to me more about this opportunity, because I'll be doing the paperwork. And I explained it further, and she basically was like, okay, it seemed like you'll make a good partner for us. And I was like, cool, I agree. So that meeting was a success. I'm just waiting for them to send me their quote. Hopefully, I'm gonna follow up with a phone call if I don't get an email here shortly. And as for the meeting that I had today with the head of sales for this PA system company. This meeting was to talk about the subcontract and what I would need from him, because the proposal required insurance. Okay, boom. Of course, it's a large company. I wasn't worried about that. But what I was worried about is the 100% bonding that was required at the delivery of our bid, So I don't have bonding, of course, it's just little old me. And I didn't get a chance to say, but I'm subcontracting, but I also have an interest in consulting. So I'm just trying to find my way in this government space. Um, but he said, no problem. We can use, we have bonding. Let me just send over the requirements, and I'll talk to the manager about it. And I was making such a big deal about this bonding. Like, I called the bonding agent and I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to get my bonding. And of course, you don't want to make it routine to use other people's bonding, but this is my first job. So I'm okay with that. And because it's quite a few things you have to do for bonding. It's a process. So yeah, I think I can use his bonding. They'll have it covered. So to me, that meeting was a success. And not only did we agree upon my fee, and I did discuss my fee with them, because to me it's a partnership. And if we know we have to consider the lowest bid, then I think he should be in on the conversation. You know, he should know what type of fee I plan on, you know, to me. I don't know. But to me, I want to do the best service for the actual entity. If they say they have a budget, I want to make sure I'm in that budget. So that's the most important thing, is delivering what they need to function. And so that was done. And what else? Oh, I discovered that they didn't have a SAM account. My subcontractor didn't have a SAM account. And I told him he absolutely should. You absolutely should. And you haven't had any work, you haven't had any really subcontracts since 2019. So he was surprised that I knew that, and very interested in speaking further about um, working with me as far as their government side, the government contracting aspect. So to me, that was a very successful meeting, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Pat yourself on a listen, I'm
You know,
all
you gotta do it. You
I-
gotta do it.
I'm all for those wins. Those wins that allow you to just realize that is this is not the end. There's light at the end of that tunnel. And I think that's why this whole experience is everything. So I'm not gonna say that see it has been some ups and downs. I have a contract. Actually, I have two subcontractors that said, listen to me, I understand it's about getting getting to the bag. So they're gonna be really flexible pertaining to the other opportunities. But I don't think that I'm gonna be as hands on those two opportunities. Like, it's a contractor, a class A contractor, and then there's a psychiatrist. Those are the other two that I'm gonna get into. But I'm not gonna be hands on. I'm gonna be really just kind of solidifying things, making sure that,
Managing.
yeah, like that type of deal. But this one is, I'm actually gonna be hands on, right? And literally hands on. So that's why it kind of, it hits differently. But those other two contracts, they were like, you know, Tiffany, we just want to win. So whatever your percentage is, we'll get, the other part. So that is a good thing. But I kind of got my eye set on, on this one. And because I have my eye set on this one, it's just like,
Yeah.
Lord, I don't want this to be in vain. It won't be in vain. Everything is a learning lesson. But the way I'm feeling right now, in all honesty, I'm gonna feel like it's in vain if I don't get it. Um, cause I don't know. Like, I just want to win it. I just want to win it, and I know it's possible. I just want to win it. So yeah, there's been some ups and downs for sure. Definitely.
Right. Right. So going forward into next week, so let us know when you plan to submit your bid. When is it due, and when do you plan to submit it? Because we're here to hold you accountable. Period.
So,
Let us know, y'all. Period.
so the good thing about it is there's 2 more weeks. The thing that scares me um is that it has to be mailed. So, for electronically, you can go ahead and you put it in, and then, it'll always be there. Yeah, well, yeah. My office manager, she said you could drop it off. I could do that. I could do that. I could drop it off. I don't know if I want to drop it off, but because I might have to get down on my knees, like, please just take this.
You better not.
Listen,
But that is an opportunity. I would encourage you to drop it off. That is an opportunity.
in the solicitation, it does say that once you drop it off, make sure that you drop it off in enough time for it to still be processed. So that's what those are my fears, is that processing time. So just because I delivered it doesn't mean that they're going to get it in time. So that's why I feel like that 2 hour, 2 hour, 2 week window is enough time for them to, whether I mail it or not, for them to get it. Like if they get it on the day of, if it goes to a different address, like, hello, those are all your problems, Tiffany, which I plan on probably giving it to UPS or FedEx or one of those places in order to make sure that it does get submitted. But when you submit it electronically, it's there. Like boom, right?
Or
They don't
not.
want
Is you would
why?
think it's there because I just heard somebody on their channel saying they submitted their bid and guess where it was?
What?
In the contractor office's junk mail, spam.
Well,
And
this
they
one is
awarded the contract. They awarded it was three bidders. Two out of the three ended up in the junk mail, and the one ended up where it was supposed to go.
well, let me tell you this. I will be, because like I said, to me, all the contract officers, they've been really great. I can't say how much I appreciate that. But I will be calling her like, it's me again. Just checking to see if you received the paper copy. If you didn't, I will go ahead and drive up there today to make sure that you have it, because I know that time is of the essence, and your time is very precious, and therefore I do not want you to be inconvenienced in any way. Oh, absolutely. I definitely will. But then that'd be an additional cost on this contract that could go either way. But I'm definitely going to continue to claim it, and hopefully I'm the only one, the only one who actually did the
So
bid.
let's go back. Let's go back to the question at hand. When are you submitting the bid? We
Good.
understand when it's due. When are you submitting the bid?
I'm trying to do it today. If, if not today,
I would say not today. You do have how many days?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's including the weekends, right? 2 weeks,
Um,
2 days, not two business, two
no, yeah, 2 weeks.
okay,
Two
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 weeks.
weeks is
So
well.
what I would
Well,
suggest,
no, oh wait, the following week is a. Oh, wrong. I have 1 week.
when put it on Chandra. Is that who is that?
Sandra.
Put it on when Chandria. When is it due?
Hold
What
on, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm trying to flip the camera and do all this other stuff. Here we go. There we go.
hey Laura.
It's due June 25th by 2 o'clock. So I would suggest that maybe just to give her I guess an example of how it is to travel in your truck up there. And it's gonna be an hour drive. And just to hand deliver it. That was my suggestion. Because it's due by 2. But if you go up there and at least by probably 11, it'll be processed.
Oh no.
Go there by 11. Traffic is not
Well,
doing it on Tuesday, but if you can do Monday too, you can turn it in on Monday.
I think that's too late, but I do think you should hand deliver it. And I would say take those 5 days. Take 3 or 4 days
Thank you,
before you
Sandra.
submit it. Take the 3 or 4 days before you submit it. Get a couple eyes on it. Because what you think may be right may not be right. What Sandria did wrote up may be excellent, except
Yeah.
something could be missed. So that third or fourth eye
But
will be
definitely,
won't
yeah,
hurt. So it's worth not rushing.
it's definitely worth not rushing. She said here because she was scared. So yeah, it's definitely not rushing. Like I said, there's a lot of different emotions going on this week with this whole government contract space. So it's a lot of emotions. But I'm gonna take it in and I'm gonna get it done. The truck is probably gonna be uh, good to go by next week. We finally found a light, which was not even easy. Lord, it wasn't easy finding that light. So the truck is definitely gonna be it's gonna be good to go. So we'll be ready. This contract is ours for sure.
I agree. I agree. So next week, um, your first bid will have been submitted, and
Yes.
we're gonna celebrate.
Yes.
And I think by next week, my first will have been, because mine is due on the 18th. My first one is due on the 18th.
Oh yeah, well you gotta get it moving.
Yeah, and it's electronic submission, and I'm gonna crush it. Period. And we're gonna
Period.
celebrate that we submitted our first bid, because that is an accomplishment, and it's delving into something new, and especially if you have people around you who are so like blah about what you're doing or not as excited about you. This is the place where you come. So if y'all got people in y'all ear, come on over here. Okay, come on,
That's
chill
right.
with us, and we can
That's
chase
right.
contracts together. Talk about
That's
it all
right.
day, every day.
That's
You
right.
know,
That
not
part.
have to feel bad about it,
That's right.
or
That's
you
right.
know, shy about it. So, with that being said, my goal for next week is to um figure out, first of all, my goal for next week is to handle what's on my plate already. So I have the two bids that are going to be submitted this month, and that's it for this month. The next thing I'm working on is next month. So, because I have to figure out if I'm going to be a consultant or if I'm going to be um acting as prime and subcontractor. So I have some things to figure out in my business.
Love it. Love it. Um, I really want to do two more contracts because I think the last time, we did this, I said I wanted to do like at least five a week, and it has not happened. So I want to I do want to just figure out a way to do five a week and be real about it. And I think, I think me and Sandrina, we were talking about it today that, you know, if we start with, we're gonna tap into different industries, and then once we have that industry, and we then that'll be our outline. So then when we get into another one, it won't be as strenuous as the
Yeah,
first one, right?
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to that. So if I see another one, which I'm actually getting, I might go on Sam. Oh well, I mean, you know what? It's funny. It's funny. There has been some wins. So I did well. I had one of the children. Because my children work for my company. That's a whole new story. But we did submit the Sam account for another company. And we submitted our SWAM.
So you
Thanks
register
to
for
Sandra.
SAM, you register a
Hmm.
new company for SAM, you
Hmm.
submitted the SWAM certification.
Hmm.
Okay.
So though, yeah, those things. So we were doing things, but sometimes we kind of get focused on what's not working and can't concentrate on what is working. So we're
And
waiting for a cage code.
listen, I don't know. I know how you are because you're my friend. I know that part. And what I'm about to say, you're gonna be like, girl, bye. But for real, but for real, don't be so bummed if you do not get it, okay?
Mhm.
Because this is practice. You've never submitted a bid before. You've never been rejected in this way before. So this is great practice for us, and it's invaluable experience.
For
So
sure.
it's a win no matter what. No matter what, it's a win because we're gonna keep bidding.
That will definitely happen, even if I'm screaming and kicking in the process.
That part. That part. So
Oh.
guys, what you can look forward to from our channel is doing things like this, talking things through, having work sessions. We might go live and do work sessions because if you're anything like us, we don't stop working when we have a goal. We don't stop working. um, so we'll be on the phone talking about working. Okay, and just passing the time by. So we'll have sessions like that where you can just come and chill, get some work done. And also, I want to do like a vision board live party. So, we can get our thoughts organized about what we want to achieve in this government industry and how we could best proceed with chasing the government tracks. Okay. So, with that being said, peace to you, and we'll see you next time.